Hi there guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Eastbourne Fisherman. This week we've come down to the Wish Tower in Eastbourne, come down with Cliff, and we're going to have a fish. We're going to be targeting rays today. The tide is on its way out. It's small tides this week as well, so things are against us, but a ray is the target which we're looking to get. So yeah, let's get baited up, show you what I'm going to be doing, and we'll get some baits in the water. Right, and so baits wise for tonight, we've got some squid, we managed to pick up some bluey, we've got some mackerel, and Cliff's got some lug as well. The rig I'm going to be using tonight is a Trident up and over rig, or Trident hangover rig. The reason why I'm using that rig is just due to the fact that the snood presents itself quite long and away from the lead, whereas with fishing for rays, what we want to be doing is we want to be getting a bait out that's quite a way away from the lead, so the ray won't be able to feel any prongs of the lead or any resistance of the lead, and the bait's presenting nicely on the bottom. I'm going to be using a pennel setup, so I've got a Cox and Rule hook at the bottom, I believe it's a Specimen X, and then I've got a Cox and Rule octopus hook at the top there as well, so that's going to be the setup. I'm just going to cut my bluey, and then we're going to make some baits up, and I'll show you what the baits look like before we get fishing. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start by taking one bluey. We're just going to fillet the bluey. I say this bluey is pretty hard and pretty frozen. Just be careful obviously with your fingers when you're filleting the fish. Ooh. It's pretty hard to do when it's frozen, but it is what it is. Not the best demonstration, sorry guys. I'm going to cut the head off. The head's a fantastic bait, we'll end up using that later. And then we'll just going to cut the tail off there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into three sections, three small sections. If the fish was a little bit softer, it would have been a lot easier. I haven't really made a hash of this, to be fair. And you should realistically end up with 6 baits. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's kind of 5 baits there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bait and put it back to back. Take our bait elastic. And we're just going to whip that together. I say this is not the best demonstration, I do apologise. Unfortunately my fish is quite frozen. It would be really good if the fish was a little bit softer to be doing this. There we go. Put the first hook in the bottom, like so. Going anywhere, and then just the second hook just comes down to meet the top of the bait. I'm just going to push that into the top of the bait, and that's just going to hook the top of the bait there. Not the best presented bait in the world, but hopefully you guys will get the gist of what we're trying to do. So what we're trying to do is just make a small thumb-sized bait, which is there. And that is my bait, which I'm going to be using to target the rays. So we're going to get a couple more of them made up, and I'll show you what that looks like in 1 second. Right, so my second rod, I'm just using a 2-hook flapper, just for scratching around, using small size 2 hooks, which are there, Kamazan size 2 hooks. So there, I'm just going to literally bait them up with a little tiny sliver of squid. So I'm just going to take some of the squid we had from last session, cut the face off. And we'll just cut some small slivers of the squid, just small chunks, just like that, nice and easy. Now we'll have a go, and we'll nick some of Cliff's worms later as well. But for the meantime, we're just going to use some of the squid. Poke it through, and I'll just sit down there like that, just a nice little bit of squid there. You do the same to the same hook, same to the second hook as well. Just fold it in, just go round and round the squid, feeding it on. a bit to dangle down at the bottom. So yeah, that's going to be my second rod. So we've got bluey on the first rod, little bits of squid on the second. Let's see what's about. There we go, so we've got both rods sitting there, ready away. Bluey bites getting bait, bluey getting some bites on already. They've been out there for maybe a minute, not even that. So we're going to be either into a really good night or we're going to be plagued by other fish. We'll just leave it and see if anything develops on it. Using the Eastbourne air power and also the Tronix Pro Gorilla tonight. Little bites on each. So we're fishing the tide down tonight, so anything can happen really. Usually I like fishing the tide in and then back out a little bit. So we'll see. But you got to go with what's given. Yeah, we're having some nice bites on the right hand side rod straight as soon as we cast in. So I say target tonight is ray. We've been looking for some rays for the last sessions. Hopefully we'll be able to get one tonight. First blood's gone to me with a whiting on the bluey. Fish is a fish, and we're beating the blank. So there he is, first fish, whiting, taking the whole bluey on the pennel rig. He's getting back in and try and catch our target fish tonight. So there we go, Cliff has joined the fun with a whiting for himself. Happy day, son. Hey. Hey. There we go, so Cliff's into another species for tonight, a rockling.
Beautiful.
Well done, mate. Whiting and rockling. What are we aiming for tonight? What was the plan?
We're aiming for anything but whiting.
Anything
so aiming for rays,
yep,
or flounder on different rigs, but we will see.
Yeah. Nice one, mate.
This one was actually frozen rag.
Oh, frozen rag?
I had some leftover rag which I froze.
Yeah.
And I've just used it.
No.
There it is.
Just goes to show you then.
Goes to show. If you want a rockling.
If you want a rockling, use some frozen rag. Water's a lot more chocolatey, a lot more muddy looking around here, so it's pointing towards a good colour for rays hopefully. But no, we'll see what happens. A little bit of weed in the water, nothing too much. Another one for me on the 2 at Clapper then, another little whiting there. So we're getting a couple of bites. I knew it was going to be a bit difficult because obviously the tide's on the way out, and also it's a really small tide today. So yeah, with 2 whiting in the bag. Cliff has a rockling as well, so we'll keep plugging it out. Right, so the next bait's getting set up now. I've actually wrapped the bluey to the squid. We're going to give that a go. Obviously the squid gives us a bit more room to play with putting the hooks in. So what I'm going to do first is going to put the first bottom hook in and then out. I'm just going to elasticate that up. There we go. The first hook is in the bottom there, sitting at the bottom, and then the top hook can just come down and meet and sit in the top of the bait, like so. Let's go into the bluey, and that will sit there like that. So you've got one hook at the top, one hook at the bottom, and hopefully we'll get some fish on it. Right, so we're getting quite a lot of whiting at the minute. I think this is white number 7 or 8. So here he is. And then I've just been graced on my big bluey bait with a dogfish. So yeah, whiting and dogfish seem to be my go to fish at the moment. Right, so a lot of people do tend to discount and just throw away the heads of fish, but I have had some nice fish in the past just using the heads like that. Either one hook on the head, or in this case I've just got 2 hooks, one at the bottom, one at the top, pennelled. I'm just going to throw that out. Look at all that blood and guts in the back. It's a worthy bait in itself. Right, just a quick update then. So not much is happening at the minute. We've had quite a few whitings as expected. We're now fishing the rest of the tide out, then we're going to fish maybe an hour in and see how we get on there. Yeah. Both my rods are on bluey baits, alternating bluey squid, bluey mackerel, bluey on its own, to try and bag a ray. That is the goal. Over the next couple of sessions, my goals are probably going to be to try and bag a ray. A couple have been coming up locally, which is absolutely fantastic. So hopefully we can get ourselves in the right spot at the right time. We should be able to get one ourselves, and then failing that, we're going to be doing some day sessions to target things like plaice and dabs, flounder and so on and so forth. So that's the plan. I'll keep you updated if anything else changes. Right, so I think I managed to surprise myself tonight. This is the bait I've been using. Nice big squid bait on a big nice circle hook, and then I wind in to find this little fellow on the end, which is a rockling, very greedy little rockling on the end of the hook. So yeah, very crazy, not even that big. Never seems to amaze me. If a fish is hungry, it'll take anything. So yeah, let's get him back in. Just for a bit of size comparison, that's the rockling and that's the bait next to him. So yeah, it's very hungry little fish indeed. Right guys, so finally a decent fish for the size baits that we've been going for tonight. Proper slack limey. Not even a big one to be fair. Not sizable, but yeah, nevertheless, a nice slippery eel. Ooh. If I can get a good hold on it. There we go. Right, it's proper going to wriggle. Right, we're going to get him unhooked and get him back in. Yeah, it's really nice to see another fish that isn't a whiting, a rockling or a dogfish. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that tonight, to be fair. And we've still got a couple of hours of fishing left. So yeah, awesome. Let's get some close-up shots and get them back in. Absolutely brilliant. Although now I'm slimy as anything. So yeah, happy days. Right, so we're back on the hunt for the rays. We've got bluey and squid wraps. That's the plan. I'm using the squid just as a backer to wrap the bluey to, because obviously now we're a little bit of the way into the session now. The bluey's gone really soft, so we need something to wrap it to keep it all together really. But yeah, looks good. So hopefully we can tempt the fish. It was nice getting that eel, to be fair. Look at that, all that bluey juice, absolutely awesome. It was nice to get that eel, to be fair. I wasn't really expecting that eel. Like I say, we are fishing for rays tonight, so it would be nice to get a ray. But yeah, an eel was a nice surprise. So nice, very slimy surprise. So yeah, let's get these out, get them on the hooks, and we'll carry on with some fishing for a couple more hours. Awesome. Right guys, the time is ticking down. We're now into the last hour of the session. Cliff's had a couple more whiting, I've had a couple more whiting, and now it's just gone quiet now. We're just on the turn of the tide coming back up. So hopefully in the next half an hour, if anything's going to happen, it'll be now or when the tide turns and starts coming back in. That's when we might see some more fish. Right guys, so that is it for another session. We're just about to leave. It's just started spitting, and it's going to turn pretty nasty soon. So on that note, we're going to leave. Yeah, it's been an alright session, to be fair. Usual suspects coming up: whiting, rockling, dogfish, and then an eel at the end. Last cast didn't really prove nothing, and as we expected, or as we thought, we were going to catch a couple more fish on the return rising tide, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. As soon as it hit the low water, it just kind of quietened down. We had a couple more whiting, and then it just went completely dead. So that's it guys, I hope you've enjoyed the session. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.